So when you were talking about a while ago, you said like in 6th grade or 7th grade that you wanted to be a Rockette. Was that right?
Mm-hmm.
You wrote this thing out saying, I want to be a Rockette at
Right.
whatever years old. And now, how old before you get your audition for the Rockettes? Rockettes? Rockettes. Did I say, you know why? Because you know why? Because Rockette is one of my favorite 80s bands, and I keep saying it. Remember that song? She's got the look. What in the world can make a bright-eyed boy turn blue?
Oh, yeah, good song.
You say, sorry, so not Rockette, the Rockettes.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Yes, it's the Rockettes, yes. So the Rockettes, I first auditioned for the Rockettes when I was going to school in New York. I auditioned for the national tour of the Rockettes because at the time, there was the Radio City crew, and then there were Rockettes in all these other cities doing the Christmas show in St. Louis or in Columbus or Chicago. So I thought I would go to those auditions and maybe have a better chance at getting that job first. And I got cut, and then I went back again to another audition and got cut. And so my third audition again was for the actual Radio City Rockettes. And that was while I was on tour with 42nd Street. And I flew from LA to New York to that audition, spent 2 days. It was like 1,000 girls there. They needed 12. And after 2 days, I ended up getting the job.
Those high kicks. I mean, how hard is that to get those kicks right? And what was it in the first 2 auditions that you think that they give you notes like, well, you know, your heel's to the right too much. I don't know what you do. You're doing something wrong. They tell you what you're doing wrong so you can come back and correct it.
Oh yeah. Your head was, you know, they'll say like looking to the sun. So like your chin is like, you're looking to the sun. But if it's this way, you're like, you know, your chin was an inch low, so you got to lift it up. Or, you know, your pinky was out, so you put it in. I mean, it is so detailed. I mean, it's all about, you know, being uniform. So you have to be like, it's precision dance at its best.
You're like a Marine. You're like the Marines. Yeah. It's like everything has to be precise.
Yeah. The goal of the Rockettes is to not stick out, right? You don't want to be an individual. You want to be one of 36. So honestly, the hardest thing about the kicks is that you have to kick it's eye high. So your toe to your eye. So it can't be higher, it can't be lower. So it's not necessarily, it's not like, oh my gosh, is it so hard to kick your do the eye high, do the high kicks? It's more so you have to hit a target that is like right in front of you, that is like a laser beam that no one else can see except, you know, your imagination. And I think that's the hardest part about the kicks.
Was that Go ahead.
Oh, that in like when I was a Rockette, I did 5 shows in one day. So it was, you know, you're doing, you know, a ridiculous amount of activity.
I mean, I guess the first time you auditioned, it was like you were shit kicking. You were just trying to, in a way, you're probably trying to stand out when you weren't supposed to stand out.
No, well, I knew not to stand out. My first 2 auditions, you have to learn. It's a process. You just, you know, and it's intimidating. You're auditioning at the Grand Hall at Radio City Music Hall. There's a lot of girls. Everybody looks the same because it's, again, about having a certain look and height. So I think it was just about like learning and being confident and getting super sharp in your dancing. And, you know, you have to be good. And I wasn't good enough the first 2 times.